All right. Good evening. Welcome back, everybody. At this time, we will recall to order the regular meeting of the Suffern Central Board of Education for October 18th, 2022. Let the record reflect all board members are present. Please rise for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. 1.07, student report.
All right. Hello, my name is Brandon Mahon, and I'll be discussing all the excitement and plans throughout the district in the upcoming weeks. So this week is probably the most anticipated week of the school year at the high school as it's Spirit Week. Tomorrow, Wednesday, is Pink Day. Thursday is Suffern Apparel Day, and Friday is Class Color. Freshmen are purple, sophomore are red, juniors are green, and seniors are blue. Extended lunches on Thursday. There'll be a staff student kickball game on the softball field, and popcorn, cotton candy, snow cones will be distributed for free in front of the main entrance. There will also be a bouncy castle on the grass in front of the cafeteria, and the Spanish Honor Society will be having limbo and dance lessons also on the grass area in front of the cafeteria. Also, for the first time in a few years, there'll be college night at RCC. It'll be held Thursday, October 20th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. There'll be over 250 colleges registered to attend, and this is a good local opportunity for seniors and families to gather information and discuss opportunities with potential colleges and universities. Throughout the week during lunch at the high school, there'll be also sales going on for Spirit Week. The Key Club will be selling beaded necklaces with class colors in front of the office Monday through Thursday. Necklaces will be sold 2 for $3 or 4 for $5. The National Art Honor Society will be selling headbands with respective class colors. And the DECA Krispy Kreme donut fundraiser will be held on Thursday. They're really good. This weekend, there'll be an ACT exam on Saturday morning at the high school. And then next week, senior portraits are back on Monday. And then for underclassmen photos, will be taken Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Also, on Thursday, October 27th, the Interaction Rotary Clubs will be having a spaghetti dinner, and they do a lot of scholarships for seniors, so it's a good way to pay it forward because all that money will be given back in scholarships to seniors. And lastly, the online athletic registration for winter sports is now open. Winter sports include boys and girls basketball, indoor track, bowling, ski, wrestling, winter cheer, ice hockey, and boys swim and dive. Thank you.
All right, thank you. 1.08 minutes of the regular meeting of October 3rd, 2022. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Mr. Donnelly, second.
Second.
Mr. Shapiro. All those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 All those against? Any abstentions?
I abstain.
Ms. Dickman abstains. .09 Superintendent comments.
So this week is National Board of Education Recognition Week. That might be why some of you are here, but I know that we all will join together to really celebrate really what keeps this district moving forward. This is a wonderful place to live, to go to school, and to work, and we all recognize that we have a Board of Education that is very proud of our school system, but also knows that every day their responsibility of board members is to keep moving us forward. Board of Education members take on some of the most important responsibilities of any publicly elected official, namely overseeing the education and well-being of our community's youth. Our particular Board of Education is comprised of 7 volunteers. Each who come to our district with very unique personal experiences, skills, and connections to our district. In keeping with our theme of One Suffern, we would like to share with you this video that highlights what makes each board member unique in their own way while always coming together to serve as #OneSuffern. Enjoy the video.
Hi, my name is Darrell Frazier. I'm a Suffern Central School Board member.
Good afternoon. My name's Tom Donnelly. I'm a school board member. I'm in my second term, and it's expiring in May of 23.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Hodge. I've been a board member here at Suffern Central since May of 2021, and I'm having a great time. I'm really enjoying being a part of it.
Hi, I'm Chris Nickpon, member of the Board of Education, starting my second term on the board, and it's been very rewarding and very great to work with the people we're working with.
Hi, I'm Matthew Kern. I am the current Board of Education President, post that I've held for 4 years now. I'm currently at the beginning of my third term on the Suffern Central Board of Education, and I am here because I love working with the schools and with this community.
Hi, my name is Paul Shapiro, and I am in my sixth year of being on the Suffern Central School Board of Education.
My name is Marla Dickman, and I am the Vice President of the Board of Education for the Suffern Central School District. And I'm going into my second year now on the school board.
Well, I had a unique opportunity. I was the school resource officer at Suffern High School for 17 years. And when I retired, I just felt that I could give more back to this district.
Well, when I ran for the school board, there were no women on the board, and I thought that was not acceptable for the school district. It wasn't reflective of our community. So I thought, well, someone needs to run. Well, I guess that's going to be me.
It really was a reason to give back. You know, my 3 kids went through K through 12 through the district, and the opportunities they received in their educational opportunities, their extracurricular opportunities were just amazing.
And I think this gives me an opportunity to be a voice for my community and for those that I communicate with relative to what's actually happening in the schools in the moment. So,
Since 1970, I've been involved in education, starting off as a teacher in New York City, and then moving into Rockland and spending 28 years at our neighboring school district as a teacher and then a building administrator. And I had the opportunity to be the interim assistant principal at Suffern High during the 2014-15 school year. And I said to myself, I think I want to still be involved with the Suffern Central, though it was Raripo Central at the time. I still want to be involved, and the way to get involved is to be on the school board.
The reason why I got involved with the board and why I continue to strive to be a good board member is to create the best environment for all of our students to not just get the best education they can, but to foster their character and to build our young students into the best people for our society going forward.
I am not from here. I am from Southern California, which makes me a little bit of an anomaly in this area. And I've only been in the district for about 11 years, which still makes me a newcomer by Suffern standards.
So I'm an avid sports fan of one particular college, the University of Pittsburgh.
I'm very unique in the sense that I have a great memory. I kind of don't forget anything. I have a memory like an elephant.
Those of you that know me know that I am a very big music fan. I play the guitar. I've been to hundreds and hundreds of concerts in 35 different states.
I'm a graduate of Suffern. My family's fourth generation. I have grandchildren currently in this building, both of them. So that's fourth generation Suffern Mounties we have.
Well, pretty much everything, but let's start with the students. The most important part of the school. They are eager to learn. They're very enthusiastic. They have a lot of that Mountie pride.
So one of the things that I really appreciate about Suffern Central are the teachers. They are always the sound body that I feel we can rely on as parents and families to attend to our children.
We are like one big family. The camaraderie in this district is unsurpassed. The parents, the teachers, the coaches, the staff, everyone in this district gets along. We have one passion, and it's all about educating our students.
I would say legacy. I mean, it's really a legacy. You have people here for generations, and people here who care about the students and care about their successes. And I think it shows. You know, it shows in the classroom. It shows on the fields.
There's a real great sense of community, both inside the schools and outside the schools.
Together,
Together we are one Suffern.
Together, 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 we are one Suffern.
Our Board of Education is a highly functioning board that works together with me and my administrative team to keep guiding Suffern Central forward. They dedicate countless hours improving public education, time that sometimes is at the expense of their own families. On behalf of our community and the Suffern Central family, I would like to thank you for your role in making Suffern a great place where our students can continue to pursue their own personal excellence. At this time, we have some certificates that we'd like the board members to receive and come up to the front here for a quick picture. We have the certificates, right? Marlo Dickman. Thomas Donnelly. Jennifer Hodge. Archie Walsh. Matthew Turner. Archie Williamson. All secure. It's important to show the human side of Board of Education members. Way too often, board members are perceived to be figures behind a desk. These folks are living and breathing and celebrating our communities and working hard to continue to make improvements here. As one final little surprise on this National Board of Education Recognition Week, we have a quick little thank you video that we'd like to show the board and the community.
Thank you so much, Board of Education. Thank you, Board of Education.
Thank you, Board of Education members.
Thank you. Thank you, Board of Ed.
You guys know what the Board of Ed does?
No. Is it like a board full of like stuff, like words that say like thank you?
They protect the community.
I think the Board Education is like the people who lead, like almost like take charge of the schools.
Help us learn. They suggest stuff. They suggest things for our school district.
It helps students with their education and like donates. Yeah.
The Board of Education oversees our curriculum.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Board of Education members.
Board of Ed.
Thank you so much, Board of Ed.
It's like the parents and teachers like talking about like what we're learning and what we're doing.
Thank you, Board of Education members.
Thank you.
Thank you, education. Thank you. Thank you, Board of Education members.
Thank you, Board of Education members.
Thank you, Board of Education.
Thank you, Board of Education. Gracias, Board of Education.
Thank
What better way to show thanks than seeing it and hearing it from the voices of the students that the board serves. So thank you everyone for joining us in the celebration of the National Board of Education Recognition Week. On to other information and news. Mountie Minds, a citizen advisory council that will be working closely with me and our administrative team to help shape the future of the district, is still looking for members of our community to apply to be part of this committee as we explore topics that range from communication to facility usage to the district budget and more. So far, over 80 applicants have applied to serve on our committee. There is still time to apply on our website as applications close this Friday. School security is always on the forefront of our attention. District administrators will be engaged in a number of trainings and programming in the next couple of weeks, and I have asked our Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Lisa Castaldo, to provide a brief overview of the work that we will be engaged in. Dr. Castaldo?
Hi, good evening. Just wanted to give you a couple of updates about district safety. Rockland BOCES is holding a training workshop on the use of our newly adopted threat assessment, which is found in the district safety plan. You might remember we just adopted that on the Suffern Central website. Members of our district threat assessment team will be attending the training, which is focused on the use of the threat assessment. And the threat assessment team will work with a consultant forensic psychologist to learn how to use the assessment. And then if there is any threat in the district, she will be consulting with us on evaluating the threats. Also, the district incident command team will be attending a tabletop active shooter drill in November, being given for all county entities at the Rockland County Fire Training Center. The district incident command team responds to incidents large or small in the district. We're moving forward with creating vestibules this year with our architect, who is finalizing the options for those vestibules. And then finally, the district-wide early evacuation drill is Wednesday, November 23rd. That's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So children will be dismissed 15 minutes early and will be around home 15 minutes early on that day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Castaldo. Lastly, I'd like to show my appreciation to Mrs. Christensen and SPLASH, which stands for Suffern Parents for Literacy, Support, and Help in Educating Dyslexics. I'd like to thank them for their continuing efforts in providing dyslexia awareness, attending our recent board meetings, and setting up a meeting with me to discuss it further. It is important for me to continue learning more about the struggles of our students as we develop a comprehensive plan on how to better address the challenges that our dyslexic students face every day. I believe that together we will find improvements that will benefit all of our students. Thank you. Thank you. And I have to say, I very much appreciate the positive dialogue that's taken place already. And I also very much appreciate, as does, I believe, the board and the administrative team, that you are making sure that your presence is continually known and, more importantly, heard. Together, in the coming months, we will together see some significant improvements. So thank you. Thus concludes the superintendent report.
All right. Thank you very much. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that's here tonight. Thank you to everybody that's come out in support, not just the board, but obviously everybody has a passion right now for these programs that we're going to be discussing and working to implement in the future. So thank you everybody for showing your support. And Jenny, we're gonna have a talk later though about that video. So, because I feel like I'm like as red as Miss Veltiti's shoes. So I don't know. But thank you, and I'll just say on behalf of the board, thank you to everybody for your continued support and for making us feel like, for making us feel that we're doing a great job and that we're doing everything that we can to support this district and support our students.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Okay. 1.10, public participation. This is public participation on action items only. If there are any speakers who wish to comment on any action items, please approach the podium at this time. Okay, seeing as there are none, we will close that portion of the meeting. We'll move into our action items. Tonight we have action items 2.01 through 2.19. I would call for a consent agenda. Are there any items that anybody wishes to pull at this time? Nope. All right. So we will call for a consent agenda for action items 2.01 through 2.19. Do I have a motion? Mr. Frazier, second. Mrs. Hodge. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those against? Any abstentions? Okay, thank you all. 6.01, board member comments. Are there any board member comments at this time?
I had some notes.
Ms. Hodge?
First of all, I really appreciate being appreciated. It was so nice to see that video and have the kids thanking us, and Jenny for putting it together for us. And I appreciate each of you. We frequently agree. We don't always agree, but we do frequently agree. And I love serving on the board, and it's a pleasure working with everybody in this room. The second thing I want to say is this is my 14th year as a parent and a community member in this district. I am so proud of you. There seems to have been a pervasive cavalier attitude associated to the district frequently with community members. And I think the attitude was that our voices go unheard, but our voices do not go unheard. And it is critical that we remain invested in this district. Families have had real concerns and important contributions. And whether it's about dyslexia or programs or safety or academics, it is critical that we continue to make our voices heard. So I'm so glad that you're all doing this, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. That's it.
Thank you. Any other board member comments?
Yeah, I was reviewing the agenda. I'm on. Yeah, I was reviewing the agenda, and we looked to our coaching under the civil service, and we have several volunteers that volunteer year after year after year, and I just want to say thank you to them. But in particular, I look at Coach Wilson. Coach Wilson was one of my coaches back in the 70s. He's still dedicating time to the wrestling program, as is John Wallach. I mean, John Wallach wrestled in the 60s, and he's still out there giving his all to this wrestling program. I look at Rich Schelling, another fella that I couldn't tell you how. It's got to be 25 years that he's been associated with hockey. I just want to thank them for all the volunteers, though, but really for the dedication and the time that they put into this. It's been amazing, and it really speaks to Suffern as to the district that we are. And your time is appreciated, and I thank them for that. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Another comments?
I wanted to make an announcement regarding another organization that I'm involved in called the Reach Foundation, which I've presented on here before, that the applications for grants for educators and staff in the Suffern Central School District is now open and closes, I believe, Friday, November 11th. Reach has had some great grants that have been a part of this district for many, many years, all the way from pre-K up to high school. One of the most visible Reach programs was the tiles that are now displayed in the cafeteria at Suffern Middle School, which is the Reach Out with Art program. So if you are an educator, a staff member, an administrator, those grants up to $1,000 are open for you. We've seen some great programs come from our staff here at Suffern Central. And our audience, our enormous audience watching at home, that also is for you too. So thank you so much, and thanks everyone for being here tonight.
Thank you. Any other comments?
Yes.
Mr. Frazier?
Thank you. I just want to recognize one of our Suffern High School students, Mr. Rory McGuire. Rory McGuire orchestrated a 5K walk in Sloatsburg over the last weekend to honor his brothers who passed away from muscular dystrophy at a young age. Rory and his family worked with Mr. Paul Fraze. He is the president of the foundation of Joshua Fraze. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. Not my last name, but it's Fraze. And the event was well attended, well organized, and it's something that we need to keep our eyes out for going forward. It's a fundraiser. Come out, exercise, and support the great cause of muscular dystrophy. And to Rory and the McGuire family, I certainly thank you for putting this together. I really enjoyed walking half the mile, the 5K, along with Mr. Donnelly here. But please keep an eye out for that. And if you'd like to donate, you can also go to the website. It's called Joshua Fraze, and that's FRASE Foundation. And it can be found at walkformybrothers.com, and that's for Rory McGuire's brothers. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Great. We'll move on then. 7.01, public participation. This is public participation on any district-related matter. Please feel free to step to the podium. This should be a 3-minute speaking engagement. Please state your name and just your affiliation with the district. And please remember no mentioning of any student names or staff member names. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Grace Peters. I'm a freshman at Suffern High School. I'm here tonight to discuss dyslexia and how it has affected my entire school life. I've always tried my hardest, but I'm not always successful in meeting goals set. I spent all my years in Suffern Central School District, starting at Sloatsburg and Viola Elementary, Suffern Middle School, and now Suffern High School. I am now 14 years old, reading at a elementary school level. In all of these years, I've never received the instruction required to learn how to read with dyslexia. Dyslexia has had a major impact on my life inside and outside of school. Although I know it's not my fault, sometimes I'm embarrassed and blame myself because of the trouble I have reading and writing. I'm afraid to join clubs in school and get an after-school job for the fear of reading and writing in public. I have a tutor outside of school which has helped me and is necessary for my progress. Although having a tutor been positive, it takes away from my schoolwork time, which affects my grades, and let's face it, I barely have a social life. When I finally started seeing an OG tutor outside of school, I was finally learning to read a little bit better, which is good, but is not enough and is not in school. I believe that all teachers, not just special ed teachers, should be trained in teaching kids with dyslexia. I have had to advocate for myself on multiple occasions in my mainstream classes. The teachers just don't understand. They think with more time I can achieve the goal they want me to, but reading is just too difficult. Thank you for listening. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ben Grossman, and this is Giovanni. I am here to talk about the struggle of. Thank you. I'm here to talk about the struggle for not just me, but all students who are going through school with dyslexia. So I am a ninth grader at Suffern High School. I'm a hockey player, a drummer, and a DJ. I really do like to learn, especially about science and history. I really love mechanical engineering, and it's just how I learn stuff through resources outside of school. I also love to build and create, but unfortunately, dyslexia holds me back in other subjects in school. With all my strengths in life, it's my weakness, and it's the thing that has been focused the most in school. I knew since kindergarten and first grade that I didn't read and solve math problems like other kids. My teachers told me that I just needed to try harder and just read more, solve more problems, and it just didn't make sense to me. I was previously told how smart I was, and others were always amazed at my large vocabulary. I no longer felt smart, and I just always feel anxious about what am I going to have to do today in school? Am I going to be called on to read? Eventually, my parents had me privately tested. I don't even understand why they had to do that. Why wouldn't the school want to know what was wrong? When the results came back, why didn't the school acknowledge them and put an appropriate program into place? Why didn't the school listen when my mom told them I have dyslexia? So here I am in first grade, the lowest reading group, a pull-out program, and now a private after-school OG reading tutor. All three teachers doing different programs, so I now have 3 times as much work. Every day was filled with anxiety and crying, and knowing that I am trying, but it is not working. So when did things change? Some of my teachers finally started listening and adapting. When some teachers realized that my OG tutor was who was teaching me to read. If more kids can learn this way, why wouldn't we teach everyone this way? Please help me and the many others in this district like me. I want my IEP to include the correct diagnosis of dyslexia. I won't have to worry year to year how my teachers will react. I would love to have the right certified teachers so I don't have to keep going to after school tutors and doing so much more work than other kids. We are smart kids and deserve the best from Suffern. I will end my speech with a question. Why does it take so long for these decisions to be made at Board of Ed meetings?
Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Kim Peters. First of all, I'm so pleased to be here on the National Board of Education Recognition Week. I did not know that before coming tonight, but I'm really happy that I was. The video was great, and I'd like to thank all of you for your service. I'm here tonight with SPLASH, the Suffern Parents for Literacy, Action, Support, and Help in Educating Dyslexics and all struggling readers. We are a group of parents on a mission to ensure dyslexic children receive the appropriate learning interventions they need and deserve. This is Dyslexia Awareness Month, so we're all wearing red to show that we're all here for that reason. And incidentally, one of my friends tonight told me that the reason red was chosen to be the color for dyslexia awareness is to represent the red marking pen on all the mistakes of all the papers of the students. And that has happened to my daughter. So we created a petition at the beginning of October. We decided to take advantage of Dyslexia Awareness Month. We created a petition to raise the awareness within the administration and the community of Suffern Central School District of learning differences such as dyslexia, dysgraphia, and dyscalculia. There is an urgent need for the special education department at Suffern Central to implement early screening, appropriate scientifically based literacy programs and supports, and also to hire staff certified to teach these necessary programs. These programs will benefit all children learning to read, but it is essential to those who struggle. As of today, we have over 400 community members who have signed this petition in support of our call for change. Time is of the essence. It takes 4 times as many resources to help a student resolve a literacy problem in year 4 than it does in year 1. Early identification and remediation of reading difficulties is so important. Tonight, you heard from 2 brave, extraordinary youngsters that have been struggling from year 1. Let's put an end to this needless struggle. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Liz Levin, and I'm here to support SPLASH. I don't have struggling readers, and I feel blessed for that because my children have several friends who are struggling readers, children that I love like they're my own. My background is that I was a special education teacher for a lot of years, and if you walk into a special education classroom, you find really exciting learning. There's movement, there's song, there's seeing, there's hearing, there's movement, there's things happening all over the classroom in the hopes that one of those ways that information is being presented will work for one of the students. What I have found, and I'm looking around tonight, and there's a teacher sitting here who my son had who really does that in her classroom, actually 2 teachers here. And I find that those are the teachers that all the students are loving, not just students with dyslexia or dyscalculia or anything of that matter. They love those classrooms because their learning styles are addressed and met. And those classrooms become fun and exciting and motivating and help children learn to love learning, which I think is essential. I think all students, whether you have a diagnosis or you don't, have specific ways that they learn. And a lot of kids who aren't struggling readers learn to not like reading because the traditional way in which it's taught is really not that exciting. So I only see how learning in a multidisciplinary curriculum would benefit every single student, from the student struggling the most to the student who's gifted the most, because even that student needs to be taught things in a way that's exciting for them and move them forward. So I think it's really important that as a community, not just people who have a child struggling, but those of us who love the families who have children struggling and have children in this district, we need to bring these sorts of curriculums in, not just in reading, but across all disciplines. And I thank those teachers that are already doing that. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Are there any other speakers who would like to address the board? Okay. So we'll close this portion of the meeting. Thank you to everybody who came and spoke here tonight, especially to our students, because I'm sure it takes a lot to get up there and talk. So thank you. Thank you. 8.01, Superintendent closing comments.
These will be brief. Thank you very much for allowing me the opportunity to make some comments at the end of this meeting. I look forward to sharing in the coming months work that we will be pursuing together, and to share with the public a comprehensive plan on how we continue to move forward in our effort to improve teaching and learning for students with dyslexia and dyscalculia. I want to particularly thank Grace, Ben, and Giovanni for being here and being so brave and you did a great job representing yourselves, and you are standing up for what you believe in. And just know that your efforts and your statements will make a positive impact on many of your friends that you have currently and many younger children to come. So I look forward to working with all of you, and thank you very much for coming here in a very constructive manner this evening. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody that came out tonight. Thank you for the appreciation for Board of Education Week. Sometimes it feels like we do some good up here. And I hope that we can continue to do that for every student in this district. So thank you all for your support. Thank you all for coming out tonight. And at this time, I will make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a motion?
You don't want to leave?
Dr. Nick Bond? Second? Mr. Frazier? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Thank you all very much. Our next meeting will be in 2 weeks, Tuesday, November 1st. We will see you then. Have a great couple of weeks.